Roll along.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Well, just seconds ago, I mean, literally, it was probably 2 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
So, like 120 seconds. But still, the House just passed the big, beautiful bill. And it was really close.
Yeah.
215 to 214. Mm-hmm. One voted present, two didn't vote. Maybe they'll change their vote to present. I don't know, but yeah, one.
Yeah,
yes,
that's Jerry Connolly's vote yesterday.
Jerry Connolly,
since he died. I mean, that was the thinnest of margins.
Wow.
215, 214.
Yeah.
Thomas Massey of Kentucky, Warren Davidson of Ohio voted no.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And Representative Andy Harris, who is the House Freedom Caucus chair, Maryland, he's the one who voted present.
Okay. So the big, beautiful bill has passed the House by one vote. Amazing. What does that say for the Senate, though? I mean, unless they invoke the nuclear option and just do 50 plus one, I don't know how that passes. You're not going to get 60 votes on that, right? There's no way.
Trump will make that happen.
Willie,
Trump will make that
you
happen.
think?
They're on
You think?
schedule. We're good to go.
So he can convince, I don't know, 7 Democrats. You think?
Trump will make that happen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. There's nothing to worry about. Jeffy just assured
the
us.
big, beautiful bill will
Trump
pass.
will make it happen.
Trump will make it happen.
Okay. I hope you're right. Because I mean, maybe the biggest thing is the tax cuts in that. Because they didn't cut much spending, that's for sure. But the tax cuts have to happen. We got to make that permanent.
Yeah. So
Stock market didn't like that.
The way the bill's written, it just needs the 50.
Oh, it does?
Interesting.
Really?
That's what I'm reading here.
Oh, well, then
that's very interesting.
That's very interesting.
Maybe I stuttered, but Trump will make it happen.
Well, yeah. If he only needs 50, can absolutely happen.
I'd like to understand.
I mean, we're pretty sure.
I want to know how that happens,
pretty sure
too.
JD will vote for it, right?
You think?
We're pretty sure.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
And if there's a tie, you can count on the vice president.
The margin in the Senate, is it 53-47?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, that's happening.
Yeah.
It's on.
Absolutely.
Even if you were to lose Rand Paul, right? Even if you were to lose Mike Lee. I haven't even heard Mike Lee talk about
I haven't
this.
either. So. But again, there's not a lot of spending cuts. It does increase.
So those guys will not be for it.
It increases the debt. I mean, yeah. So it's hard. It's hard to please everybody. You just can't. You can't.
And when you hear Thomas Massey talk about some of the provisions in this, if they lose Congress in the midterms, I mean, it's obviously you still have to go through Trump, but if 2028 happens and it goes, the country swings left, God forbid.
Yeah,
a lot of this stuff never even goes into play anyway. All the spending cuts and stuff. It's a nightmare.
That
honestly.
can't happen. We just can't have another Democrat president ever.
It won't.
It won't.
Trump won't let that happen.
Okay, Trump won't let that happen either. So we're never going to have another Democrat president. So that's good.
Oh, please.
That's good.
Write that in stone.
I know.
Etch it in stone right now.
I know. All right. Let me tell you about preborn real quick. When a mother with an unplanned pregnancy is deciding about the future of her unborn child, it's really overwhelming. She wants to make the right choice, but society and those around her are always telling her baby isn't life. It's just a clump of cells. Go ahead and do it. It'll, it's an inconvenience.
I just watched a television show where they did the whole episode of telling this lady, well, it's your choice. It's your choice. It's your choice. And she saw the ultrasound on the TV show.
Oh, really?
And decided to have the baby.
What TV show was that?
I thought, holy cow,
wow,
they're
that's
doing
amazing.
it. Will Trent. It's just a detective show that I watch.
Okay. Well, it's a big moment. It's an eternal moment, and we want the babies to live. We want the mothers to choose life. And that's where the ultrasound comes in because it doubles the chance the baby's going to be born alive. $28 is all it takes. $28 to provide a free ultrasound for an expectant mother. It's an incredible thing because when you see that that's actually a life, not a clump of cells, it makes all the difference. So when you support preborn, you're supporting pro-life clinics nationwide with free ultrasounds to help empower a mother to choose life. Your tax-deductible donation of $28 or $28 a month, if you could do that, is reaching eternity. To get involved, just dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or visit preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
There was a really, really awful tragedy yesterday as well. 2 Israeli diplomats were shot and killed last night as they left the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. Just young people. This couple, they were about to become engaged. And some scumbag just screamed, free Palestine, and shot him dead.
Horrific.
30-year-old Elias Rodriguez of Chicago initially observed pacing back and forth outside the museum when he approached a group of 4 people, produced a handgun, and shot the 2 victims. So he's in custody. The rhetoric on this is just inspiring psychos.
Yep.
And I don't know. I don't know how you get the other side of this equation to understand that you're firing up people who are, well, psychotic.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
They clearly do not care. So our thoughts and prayers are with them and their family, and it'd be nice if we could stop the madness. Yesterday, another foreign leader visited the Oval Office.
It was awesome.
That was must-see TV.
It was awesome.
So fun. Of course, the press calls it an ambush, though.
Trump
I call it common sense time.
Carrying his man parts in a wheelbarrow yesterday.
I mean, he even had his own team turn on him in the middle of the whole visit. I mean, this is so good.
Yeah. This was the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, who is in the hot seat. Before we get to that, here's a short video from Prager University to just kind of refresh memories of what's actually happening to white farmers in South Africa.
White South African farmers are being hunted from their land by black gangs. Fact. And I had a young son at the time, and he would sometimes have nightmares about when the monsters would come, at nighttime. But in South Africa, that is when the gangs come, and they work together and they attack white farmers. And some of the things that happen to white farmers, we don't need to talk about here, but the barbarity, it isn't just about burglary, which it gets filed away as. This is torture. And the numbers of white farmers being killed is incredible. And because South Africans have expropriation without compensation, which basically means we're taking your land. So I went and slept on the farms to feel the fear. White people are denied treatment in hospitals in South Africa. It's an extreme situation that no one will talk about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our president will.
Wow.
Yes.
Boy.
For some reason, it doesn't even register.
I know.
Doesn't even register with people. And we've been talking about this for a long time. It's been going on for quite a while.
Yeah, a lot of things got derailed when the pandemic hit, right? This was one of them.
Yeah.
But even before that, we were talking. We went there because of that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we were there.
Uh-huh.
That's just amazing.
PBS is apparently okay with it because they posted, white farmers have been murdered in South Africa. Thank you for that.
Appreciate that
admission. But those murders account for less than 1% of the more than 27,000 annual murders nationwide.
So
experts said the deaths do not amount to genocide, and President Trump misleads about land confiscation. I guess it's okay then. If it's only about 1% of all deaths in the country, I guess that's an acceptable rate, and they shouldn't be allowed into the country because they're white. It's inconceivable the way they don't care about this issue. If we said something proportionate about blacks, what do you think would happen? You'd be shut down.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, the annual number is 27,000. So, okay, let's say 270 then, or around that number, are farmers. That's not alarming to you? That's a lot of farmers being murdered. I don't know how many farmers there are. We should look into what's the percentage of farmers that have been killed, not the overall population. I don't know what that percentage is,
lady,
but it's high.
I don't know if it was her or I remember reading a story about how when she talked about how they're not receiving health care, people get injured and so they have to go where they think they can get it fixed.
Yeah, and they're in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Right. I mean, these families are tortured. Electric drills are involved. Blow tortures are involved. Bleach. Right. I mean, they die horrific deaths. And like you said, if they are lucky enough to survive, good luck getting medical care. It's horrific.
So, in the Oval Office yesterday, President Trump played what ended up a nearly 10-minute video of what's been going on in South Africa against white farmers. Here's a portion of it.
Nothing this parliament can do with or without
See,
you.
they start the
People are
video,
going to occupy land.
and the South African guy is like, what are you doing? Don't do this. Yeah, and he's the most awkward setup there. It's like, wait, you're really going to play all this? Where they're shouting, kill the boar, kill the boar? We're going to do this?
Yeah,
really?
I want you to see this.
Yeah, and he's just laughing like, oh, wait, no, this is really happening. Oh, hell, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was...
Yeah, it's on, my friend.
It was tasty.
And the people that were there, on the sofa from South Africa, one guy never even looked. One guy even never turned around and looked at the screen. And then the one guy looked, and then he looked back. He wasn't quite sure if
they could not believe what was happening.
Wasn't quite sure if he was supposed to look or what was happening. That's a tough room.
Trump doesn't mind these awkward moments.
No, he does not.
In fact, I think he relishes them, and so you better be careful if you're messing around doing things that Trump isn't appreciative of. He's probably going to call you out on the carpet.
Absolutely, right then,
and right in public. It's not just a closed door meeting where you discuss your differences. He's going to do it in public. So you might want to prepare for that.
So let's turn that around. Let's say Mr. South Africa shows up at the White House and they do their little press conference and they do the behind the doors come to Jesus meeting. What is everyone going to say? Oh, he didn't even say anything.
There's no public
Nothing was
pressure.
Even said. Nothing.
Right. Yeah.
True.
So here you go.
It's true.
Here you go. This is what you got.
I mean, Trump had a stack yesterday of just victims, just pictures, and I mean,
if you remember,
I think he misspoke once when he talked about the crosses being graves because they're not graves.
Yeah,
but they're
the remembrances
symbolic
of people who died.
Yeah.
Yes,
and that's,
absolutely. They represent the people
almost
who died.
Almost 3 minutes of that video was the white crosses. I mean, this was. If you want to play the next video.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Where he makes him sit there through the entire presentation.
Now, this is very bad. These are burial sites.
Yeah,
right
see, they're not burial sites.
Burial sites. Over 1,000 of white farmers, and those cars are lined up to pay love on a Sunday morning. Each one of those white things you see is a cross.
White things.
There's approximately 1,000 of them. They're all white farmers, the family of white farmers. And those cars aren't driving. They're stopped there to pay respects to their family member who was killed. And it's a terrible sight. I've never seen anything like it. Both sides of the road, you have crosses.
Just a tad uncomfortable.
No doubt.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Welcome to the White House, by the way.
Those people were all killed.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President? No, I'd like to know where.
South Africa.
You'd like to know
that
where
is?
that is? What, you've never seen this? Come on.
Stop it.
Come
I
on.
mean, it's in South
You hear
Africa.
that? He's like, okay, I've had enough. No, we're gonna watch the whole thing.
Now
Wow.
we're done. I'm going to put this whole thing together. We're going to watch it. That's amazing.
Oh, man. Because it goes on and on. And nobody's quite comfortable except for President Trump. He's
Trump is
fine.
like,
He's fine
We're
with it.
doing this. We're
Now,
doing
now the
this.
explanation by
Mr. President, the Pentagon announced it would be accepting a Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know, you got to get out of here. What does this have to do with the Qatari jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing. We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you're a terrible reporter. Number one, you don't have what it takes to be a reporter. You're not smart enough. But for you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing. They also gave $5.1 trillion worth of investment in addition to the jet. Go back. You ought to go back to your studio at NBC because Brian Roberts and the people that run that place, they ought to be investigated. They are so terrible the way you run that network, and you're a disgrace.
That's
No
what
more
we're
questions
talking
from you.
about.
Go ahead.
No more questions from you. No more questions
Wow.
from you.
I mean, that is
Wow.
ridiculous.
That was-
When we're talking about 1,000 white farmers in South Africa being murdered and the commemoration of them with all those crosses. And then he brings up the Qatari plane.
What are you talking about?
Stop it.
Cyril Ramaphosa loved that reporter at that moment.
Yeah, he did.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for deflecting. Appreciate that a lot.
And you could hear
Wow.
in the background, you could still hear the helicopter video playing.
Yeah, it was
While
still-
Trump
Yeah.
was berating the NBC guy
Yes.
because it kept going and going and going. All those crosses. Horrible.
I love it. What are you talking about?
Yep. And then later he calls him a jerk.
Not even a good report. No more questions from you.
We got this
That's
jerk
awesome.
from NBC in here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And do you remember at the beginning of this, they denied it was even happening?
Yeah.
None of it was going on.
Yeah.
No, that's not happening. That's conspiracy theory. Is it?
Right.
I mean, come on now.
And then all of the rhetoric, in the long 10-minute video with the speeches of kill all the white farmers and stuff. The South African president tried to explain that, look, we have political parties in our country that, our government's made up of a lot of, what are you going to do? Some are crazy. What can I say? Does that work? Does that get me off the hook?
Man,
Where is this at? Where is this at?
That would be South Africa.
that's Idaho.
Perhaps you're familiar
yeah.
with it.
We
Yeah.
brought you here to talk about something going on that's really weird in Idaho.
Our
What do
state
you think of
of
that,
Idaho.
Mr. President? Wow. There was a South African farmer who was part of the delegation that talked to Trump as well.
It's interesting.
I grew up in an area in South Africa that is a farmland area, Polokwane, and there is some issues up there. Obviously,
This is
my dad was a property developer as well as
Retief
a
Goose and
part-time
the
farmer.
PGA guy.
And some of these buddy farmers got killed. The farm is still going. My brothers run it, but it's a constant battle with farms they're trying to burn the farms down to chase you away. So it is a concern to try and make a living as a farmer. And at the end of the day, without farmers, there's no food on the plate. So we need the farmers
Your
to
brother
produce
loves
the food.
farming, right? He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't even want to do what you're doing, right? They love farming. They don't want to leave. But it's a struggle.
Yeah, and food and fresh water is the most important thing in life. Without those two things, you can't survive.
How is the water there?
The water is great. Obviously, all the water comes out of the borehole, out of ground for us down there. But yeah, it is a battle to get the water out sometimes when all the equipment gets stolen all the time that you're trying to get the
So
water
does your
out.
family and your brother, do they feel safe on the farm?
They live behind electric fences, try and be at night safe. But it is constant whenever you leave that something could happen. And
But wait, I thought it wasn't happening.
No way to live.
you know, both of them has been attacked in their houses. My mom's been attacked in her house when she was 80.
Oh.
So it is difficult.
All they want to do is leave at that point. The South
You
Africans
aren't kidding.
They just want to go home. Let's
Like, who
you know
brought
what?
you guys?
Look at the
the time. Yeah. Wow.
Look at the time.
We were supposed to catch a flight
the
here.
tarmac clear with that Qatari plane? Because my plane's got to go here in a moment.
yeah.
So
Wow. Uncomfortable. Holy cow. That's amazing. So what's next for South Africa?
Okay.
What's
My
next?
extreme rights to South African broadcasting. If this Afrikaner resettlement issue is resolved, we're going to go into a room after this. You guys are going to talk. If it is resolved, what is the potential for the future-looking relationships
It's
between the United
fantastic.
States?
It's got to be resolved. It should be resolved. It's a little bit bad when you see a stadium with 100,000 people in it, because that means it's more than just a little movement. It's a pretty big movement in South Africa. So it has to be resolved. It'll be the end of the country if
But
it's
is
not.
there potential for the relationship moving forward?
I hope so.
You
That's why I'm here.
in November.
I mean, I'm not here for my health. I'm here to see what it is. No, I'd like to see. I have friends. I can tell you, Ernie Els and Retief Goosen, they feel so strongly they wanted to be here on behalf of South Africa, not on behalf of me.
Thank you.
Yeah, and even the agriculture secretary turned on. I mean, it was such a tasty event.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really astounding.
It is.
It's also astounding how the press covered it afterward. Did they deal with the facts? Did they talk about how many farmers have been murdered? Well, let's take a look at how it was covered.
The dramatic scene in the Oval Office today, the tense confrontation, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
Next, another Oval Office meltdown. President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
President Trump is being accused of conducting something of a diplomatic ambush of South Africa's president in the Oval Office.
To be with you, I'm Katie Tur. President Trump orchestrated another Oval Office ambush today.
Today, Donald Trump meeting with the president of South Africa and attempting to ambush and humiliate that leader.
Zelensky territory, where essentially he was a bit ambushed inside the Oval Office.
Felt like an ambush in there, kind of like the President Zelensky meeting in the Oval Office.
This was an ambush. It was orchestrated.
Cyril Ramaphosa brought his best diplomatic self to this meeting, but nothing could have prepared him for this multimedia ambush.
What started as, to some degree, an ambush.
Well, Katie, I mean, it was an ambush.
Ambush.
It's ambushed. Ambush.
An ambush.
Ambushing.
Ambushed inside the Oval Office.
Wow.
Despicable. Absolutely despicable.
Despicable. Somewhat of a despicable. Many have called it despicable.
Wow. It's amazing how quickly the memo goes out.
That's for sure.
Call it an ambush. Just call this an ambush. Ignore all the facts surrounding the case. Don't worry about whether it's actually happening. Don't congratulate
talk about
President Trump on
ambushing,
confronting a situation that's really unacceptable anywhere on the planet.
No matter what color of the skin the people that are getting killed are.
Yeah. But don't address any of the facts.
Nope. Ambush.
Just call it an ambush. Just put this on Trump. Of course it was orchestrated. He had video ready.
Yeah.
He meant to do this. It had to be done. He wants to put the guy on the hot seat. He wants it to stop.
I will say,
If it saves
in
us
that
one
montage, since he berated the NBC reporter, I did not see my man Lester Holt. So I think Lester may not have made it backed off the ambush.
Well, he's not the anchor anymore, right? Is that transition happened yet? So he wouldn't be on this.
Lester's still there.
Is he?
Yes, don't you?
Okay.
How dare you?
Yeah,
All right.
his last day is going to be May 30th.
Oh, that's coming right on up. You better record all of his last appearances.
I have. Yeah, I've already begun.
It's going to be missing in action pretty soon.
Poor Jeffy.
You know, what you will find here on Blaze TV is the truth about all of this stuff. You know, not just parroting what everybody else is saying, like the mainstream media does.
No kidding.
This is an actual movement. You're backing creators who think for themselves, who speak boldly. Get your subscription going right now. It is with my promo code Pat, 26 cents a day. Not $26, 26 cents a day. So you're going to get $20 off, which amounts to about 26 cents a day for an annual subscription. So go to blazetv.com and enjoy actual real facts and real coverage. $20 off right now on our annual subscription with the promo code Pat. blazetv.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
I bet they couldn't have gotten out of the White House fast enough yesterday.
Kidding.
Those representatives from South Africa. I would have loved to have listened to the chatter on the way home.
Want to stick around for some lunch? No, we're good.
Gosh.
No.
Again, we're on a really tight schedule.
Jet lag
right
too. Something else.
Wow. Also, on the immigration front, we got Vice President J.D. Vance speaking of that yesterday.
When you say, well, there aren't 5 million people who are waging war, okay, but are there thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people? And then when you take their extended family, their networks, is it much larger than that, who are quite dangerous people, who I think very intentionally came to the United States to cause violence or to at least profit from violence, and they're fine if violence is an incidental effect of it? Yeah, I do, man. And I think the people underappreciate the level of public safety stress that we're under. You cannot have a country where the American people keep on electing immigration enforcement, and the courts tell the American people they're not allowed to have what they voted for. And that's where we are right now. We're going to keep working it through the immigration court process, through the Supreme Court as much as possible.
Okay. Yeah, please keep doing it. But this administration is not just taking the garbage that's being shoveled on top of them. They're fighting back.
Yes,
and it's great to see Vance out there doing it. Marco Rubio has been doing it. Of course, Tom Homan is out there all the time. You got Stephen Miller. They fight back.
Yeah.
And they don't just sit back and take all of the abuse. Yesterday, Rubio clashed with Representative Jayapal on deportation.
Was a guest in the United States on a student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa.
So you revoked her
visas
student
every day,
visa based on an op-ed which trumps the Supreme Law of the land, which is the Constitution.
Someone's coming up here to stir up problems on our campus. We're going to revoke their visa.
She didn't do any of that. She wrote an op-ed.
Well,
she wrote an op-ed, and I'm talking to you about her particular
That's her
case.
claims and your claims. Those are not the facts.
You reclaiming my time. You revoked her student visa because
proudly.
she wrote an op-ed.
And
Would you
We're
revoke?
going to do more. We will revoke the visa of anyone who's in this country as a guest who's here to stir up trouble.
Are you going to revoke the visa of somebody who made that?
I mean, the case I'll look at.
Maybe.
I'm looking to get crazy people out of our country.
Actually, it's not just about revoking. You actually,
revoking
Secretary Rubio, excuse me, reclaiming my time. If these are legitimate law enforcement agents carrying out proper arrest, why are they hiding their identities?
Because then radical crazies will try to hurt them.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's simple.
Duh.
I love Marco Rubio 2.0.
So great.
No doubt.
He's been
really strong since he became Secretary of State. It is, yeah. But it just shows. I don't know if they got together at the very beginning and said, you know what? We're going to be bold. We're going to be brash. We're not going to take it. And we're going to give it right back to him.
Let's wipe the slate clean with little Marco.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's seriously feeling like Vance Rubio 28 right now. That's kind of the sense I'm feeling over here. Because you got two people that are defending everything Trump is doing. And they're doing it well.
Yeah, they are. They really are. And they're getting a ration of crap. I mean, this bizarreness over South Africa is amazing because they're outraged that 60 white farmers were allowed into this country. They're outraged. Had they been black or Hispanic or Asian, it wouldn't have mattered. Nope. They wouldn't have any problem at all. But because they're white, how dare you allow them into the country? Right. There were 60 of them, not 600,000, not 10 million, like Biden allowed to cross the border illegally during his administration. 60 people. Wow. Incredible. So it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. We got to share with you RFK and Patty Murray. We didn't get to that yesterday. That's fun, too. But we also have to take a look at the Fat Five with Jeffy coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got a couple of tweets here. Jimmy Dimples tweets, after hearing about the horrific murders, I keep thinking they let South Africa host a World Cup. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Incredible. Jeff Gibson, I would think Jeffy was proud of the media. What happened to don't let facts get in the way of a good story?
That's what they're doing, man.
And Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures. Who left the White House faster, Zelensky or Ramaphosa?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was reported that he said things went very well. He was asked whether he thinks Trump hurt him, and he said, yes, he did. It went very well.
What are you going to say, though?
Okay.
It was a crap show. It was an absolute crap show.
Right.
I'll never be back again.
And if he comes to my country, I got a cross with his name
yeah,
on it.
right.
I mean, that's holy cow.
Yeah, what are you going to say? In about an hour, we're going to have Hilary join us. She's going to talk about some health tips that she has.
I mean, I'm here. What do you need Hilary for?
And nobody healthier, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. Nobody supports healthy diets
what
more
health
than
tip
Jeff
can I
Fisher
give you today,
and
Pat?
chewing
I'm
the
here
fat.
for you.
So as I said, that's why Hillary's coming in about an hour. Meanwhile, we're going to get the Fat Five
All right,
from Jeffy.
let's go. Hey, today's the day. Tom Cruise in Texas. He's going to be in Dallas and San Antonio.
Oh, for
making
what?
appearances for what?
Mission Impossible.
Let Tom tell you.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
On May 22nd, I'm coming to the great state of Texas, and I'll be visiting Fort Sam Houston and San Antonio before stopping by some theaters to see you at some of the first screenings of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Then we're going to fly to Dallas, where I'm going to get some delicious barbecue before going to more theaters to say hello, and I can't wait.
I've
see you at the movies.
I've invited him. Stop by. Mercury Studios. I don't know if he'll make it or not.
I've just gone through the entire series. I started at 1 and just finished up with 7 last night, so I could prepare for
it's
the
gonna
big
be awesome.
finale. Should be great. The final chapter, whatever it's called,
The Final Reckoning.
Final Reckoning.
He's been posting
Tonight.
behind the scene footage of when he's been filming, like this one.
We're going to go 10,000, but if we can get 12,000, we'll go 20 knots forward. What I'd like to do is accelerate the next jump, and I'd like to kind of do it as quickly as possible, the next one, and I'll build up to it, go faster, 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 and put myself into a worst-case scenario, and how fast does it take me to recover, which all of these cases are recoverable.
You better hope.
Okay, let's put this on, please. Let's check the frame again. Yeah. How's my hand position?
Your hand position is good. There you go. You can even hold it a little lower there.
Just know I'm going to be like this.
Okay.
My head I'll be like this.
It's better. It gives you a lot more margin for error.
Let's talk about safety. We'll do the same exit. I'll be in an accelerated spin.
Really, what do we want to see in this frame?
You want to see me falling.
Yes.
And then I throw it. It's like, hold. Okay, let's do it, guys.
I know.
It's incredible.
It's something else, man. Holy crap.
Oh, man. Jeez.
He just doesn't care.
See at the movies.
Pretty amazing. That guy is 62.
Yeah, I know.
He's 62 years old now, and he's still doing this stuff. Incredible.
How about this footage? Let's see this footage.
All right. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, this is from last time.
Yeah.
Incredible. And open the chute. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. All right. Wow. Insane.
Okay.
Insane.
He did it multiple times.
Did he really?
They'll tell you here.
Wow.
You guys, thank you. Now, Tom, that was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, he cheated, though, with the ramp. Come on. I thought he just went off the cliff. No, they had a ramp.
Thanks, mate. I think I can hold to the bike a little longer.
Good golly. You got to be kidding.
Pretty much the biggest stuntman in cinema history.
No kidding.
Tom Cruise just rode a motorcycle off a cliff.
Wow.
6 times today.
6 times!
I think I can hold on to the bike a little bit longer for the next shot.
Whatever he's getting paid, it's not
That's
enough.
awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. I love all the movie posters. There's multiple movie posters for Final Reckoning, and I think these are 8 of my favorites that come along. I mean,
incredible.
I know there's other movies being released this weekend that are going to be great movies.
Mm.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck.
What are the other great movies that are being released?
Well, you did we talked about one, right? The rodeo.
Oh, yeah,
guy.
of course. Last Rodeo.
Last Rodeo, yeah.
Right.
I mean, good luck.
Different kind of movie, though.
I know.
Different kind of movie.
I know, and maybe you go to Final Reckoning and you go, the line's long. Let's go over
to
here.
Last Rodeo.
Yeah, let's go to Last Rodeo.
Yeah.
Which it definitely could happen.
Could happen.
But
and will happen.
And that's the Last Rodeo. I mean, that's the kind of movie that's going to last for a while too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because Final Reckoning isn't going to last at all. It's going to be a couple of days and then you're done with it.
I think there's going to be some repeat business.
I think there is too. Yeah.
That's going to make a lot of money.
I know. A whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
I mean, that Tom is incredible.
And you know what's interesting too is it's if you missed the first one, it's all about AI. AI becoming sort of an entity.
Human, yeah.
And in light of what's happened with AI in the last year, pretty relevant.
Yeah.
It's pretty relevant.
Yeah, and coming up
right
later
now.
today, I've got a couple clips for y'all to watch that are
Cool.
stunning.
All right.
Prison break update. The fugitive update from the jailbreak in New Orleans on the 16th of this month. Still five fugitives on the loose. So if you see any of them, be sure to contact the FBI, the ATF, and Crime Stoppers.
Should I not try to apprehend them on my own?
No, you probably shouldn't do
Really?
that. Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
All right, I'll try to remember that.
They've arrested a couple more jail employees for aiding the escape. And Sheriff Susan Hudson, who was elected Orleans Parish Sheriff in 2021, and I think she took office in 2022 as the first African-American woman to serve as sheriff in Louisiana and the first woman to serve as sheriff in New Orleans. She is the one who oversees the jail. She said, I am going to suspend my reelection campaign. I know I just got done getting a butt kicking at the city council, so I cannot spend a moment putting politics over your needs right now.
Wow.
So, she may never unsuspend that campaign. It might just be done. But there's still 5. They could be absolutely anywhere. I know they're the last one they arrested. I mean, they're all staying in the general vicinity of where they broke out, which seems suboptimal.
It does.
If you break out of that jail, maybe you go someplace else. You know, don't stick around town.
Yeah.
That's just me. I belong.
Apparently they like catfish, and you get the best catfish in New Orleans.
And French cuisine, because they were down in the French Quarter. The one guy's laying on a bench in the French Quarter. And I saw where they also snuck in one of the stories where I think it was the first guy they caught. They were using special technology, special facial recognition technology in the French Quarter. And they just slipped that in the story.
No.
And I thought,
interesting.
Okay, well, it's for our safety, right?
Right.
So it's all good.
Right.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they said he was walking with his head down and a hat on, but new technology. We were able to see who it was. Okay.
How
well,
about
good.
that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Something to look forward to, other than running into a fugitive. We're all familiar with the original Nutella. Everybody loves Nutella. The brand has announced that it's launching a new flavor, the first innovation flavor in 60-year history of Nutella. Combines the distinctive creaminess of Nutella cocoa hazelnut spread with the delicious taste of roasted peanuts. Nutella peanut. So, according to the executives, it's critical to continued growth here in the U.S. market, and it's slated to hit the stores. Now, you didn't expect this to be on the stores right away, did you? Because it's going to be spring of 2026. We can't just knock this thing out and make Nutella peanut ready to go. We've got to restructure everything.
Preview that a year out. That's weird. Just say, here it is.
Just letting people know. I think they want to be, they made a point of saying that it's most of it is going to be made here in the U.S. They're creating jobs in the U.S. They're redoing some factories. I think they're trying to, jump on this, there's no tariffs on our property and on our products. And, hey, Donald Trump, we're on your side. I just kind of feel like that was
maybe
why they announced it so early. Yeah.
You said it's been around for 60 years?
Yeah.
I didn't. Wow. I have not been aware of it for 60 years, I'll tell you that. Maybe 5, 10 years, Nutella?
Yeah.
Seemed like a new thing to me, but I guess not.
I mean, it's probably localized, right, for many of those years.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher, whatever platform warms the innards of your soul. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher.
Also, if you're buying or selling your house, you want to get in touch with a really great realtor, somebody with a great track record, somebody who shares your values, and somebody who's going to get the job done for you because they've got a lot of experience and they know how to do this. And they know what buyers are looking for when you're selling your home. And you want to get the most money out of it, right? You don't want to do what Glenn did in Connecticut and get $39.95 for a house. It's worth slightly more than that.
It was worth more than $40.
Yeah, it was. It was probably upwards of $100, I would
Still,
think.
though, he didn't get it. That's the problem.
He didn't get that. And didn't want that to happen to you. That's why he started Real Estate Agents I Trust. Just go there. It's a free service that we provide for you, getting you together with the best realtor in your market, so that they can remove the stress, or at least some of the stress from you, and help you make great decisions when you're buying and selling a home. Real Estate Agents I Trust, the name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
And now, Pat Gray returns.
Yeah, Pat Gray Unleashed with Chewing the Fat 5, continuing on. You briefly mentioned this the other day. Sesame Street is moving to a different address. They're moving from HBO to Netflix. So they've been, Sesame Street's been on for over 50 years, right? I mean, it's just this iconic program now. And they were on HBO. HBO kicked them to the curb last year, but they've been on HBO since 2015.
Yeah.
And now, since they've been kicked to the curb by HBO, they went over and, cried poor to Netflix, and Netflix said, okay, you know what? We're fine. According to reports, they were making $35 million a year from HBO. And I don't think they're getting that from Netflix. I didn't see any numbers, but the reports were like they're not getting what HBO was.
Are they
paying
on
them.
PBS and?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the Netflix deal gives them, 300 million reach worldwide, right? I mean, hello.
More than that, probably.
Yeah. And so what changes, though, new episodes will air on PBS stations and PBS Kids YouTube channel. And the same day they will appear on Netflix. So previously it made it to PBS months after debuting on HBO Max, and episodes were reportedly now put more emphasis on animated segments and character-driven humor. So that, even if they're not making $35 million a year from Netflix, they don't need our money anymore.
No,
they don't need our money anymore. I mean, they were making $35 million a year from HBO. They were making, and I don't know if it was yearly, but for sure they got at least $20 million of USAID money to create shows in Iraq, because there's nothing like the Iraqi Big Bird show. Man, they love Sesame Street.
I'm sure
Iraq,
they
man.
do. Yeah, I bet they do.
And even if they do, good.
All right.
We shouldn't be subsidizing that.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just good luck. Good luck. God bless.
Yes.
And this is interesting good news as well. French police have recovered, by chance, the long-lost bust of Jim Morrison, that once adorned the grave there at the Paris cemetery.
Somebody stole that?
Yeah, back in '88.
Oh,
yeah. This is what it looked like close to when it first went up. It went up like in '81.
I gotta say that's not a great likeness of him.
Whoa! Are you?
I don't know who the artist
Croatian
was here,
artist Majed Mulkin.
That's not good. That's not good.
This.
They should have got a Serb apparently because that's not good. That's not good.
How dare you, man?
If you didn't have him on top of the grave that says Jim Morrison, I wouldn't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know who that's supposed to be.
So then it went missing in '88.
Yeah,
and nobody knows where it is. That picture is what it looked like after it was up a couple years. Somehow the nose and lips got torn out. I think somebody knocked it over.
Oh no!
And so it was back up. But that's what was missing and what they found. They were investigating some other fraud case and were searching this guy's house, and they said, "Hey, isn't that the Morrison
bust?" That's great.
So
they put it back?
They have not put it back yet.
Okay.
And they talked to the cemetery because Morrison's grave is in their Poets Corner or whatever they call it there in the what's the stupid cemetery, the Père Lachaise Cemetery.
Nailed it.
Thank you. I speak French fluently.
Yeah, you do.
And so they say that the people at the cemetery said that they had not been contacted by the police yet, so they don't know if they're going to get it back or not. Well, the police going to put it up in the evidence room. Stop it. Put it back where it belongs.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Let's get it back to the grave.
People are strange.
See what he did there? That was the name of a Doors song that was written by Jim
I will
Morrison.
say, since we're doing the tune and I will say that right now is the end.
Yes.
Wow. You guys.
We're just going to ride this storm out, aren't we?
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know. Do you have a story about an LA woman or?
Nope, I don't. I sure don't. Neither of my Adores fans, so all of those are lost on me.
Hello, I love you guys. You light my fire.
I was going to use light my fire.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm
Do
done.
this all
I'm
day.
done now. I can't do it all day.
Me neither.
I was forced to like Jim Morrison for a time in my life, but I can't. I got to wear all the songs.
We should probably break on through to a commercial or two, huh?
On the other side.
On the other side.
On the other side, yeah.
Maybe.
We would break out through.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? You want to get out of your system here? Is there?
Keith might have.
I'm dry. We're done.
Okay.
I don't know that song.
I'm dry. We're done. That's one of the. That's the biggest
top
hit of
one.
the Doors.
That's a B-side,
ever.
guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. 888-933-93. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up on the other side when we break through. Break on through.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Hey, let's go talk to Jackie from Oregon. Hey, Jackie, welcome.
Bingo!
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I mean, that's...
I was going to sing it, but I figured, no.
That's okay.
All right. Where was your bingo? Where did it happen?
It started up in the top left corner with on like Donkey Kong.
Right. Okay.
And let's see. Hang on, I got to get my little cheat sheet out here. 15 minutes of content in 2 hours.
Okay. Yes.
Obama, that's just not how.
That's how white
how
folks
white
will do
folks
you?
will do you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then keep doing his Bernie voice.
Right.
And then, Pat, is it a movie? Is it a documentary?
Right. All right. Good job.
Nice
So
job.
we got you all set up with the $30 worth of merch from PatGrayShop.com.
Oh, yeah.
Dozen Kexi cookies. All right. Thanks, Jackie. Appreciate
Awesome.
it.
Thanks
for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Jeffy never wants to give away the prize. I don't know what
We
to
don't
do.
have to have a winner.
Selfish bastard.
We don't have to have a winner.
He hates being a winner.
I know. I don't understand it.
I do not.
I don't get it.
I don't.
What's the problem with it? I don't understand.
Is it your cookie
I
company?
mean, you've gotten boxes of cookies 1,000 times.
Oh, first of all,
what is your problem?
That number is exaggerated.
Okay, so that's
maybe
the thing.
slightly.
He thinks that if we don't give the stuff away, that somehow
gets it.
he's going to magically walk out of here with a box
be the
of cookies
beneficiary
and a T-shirt under his arm.
Right.
It's possible.
Good stuff.
Oh, man. 888-933-93. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Let me tell you real quick about Beam Organics, because Beam is proudly founded in America. They're run by people who really care and value hard work. You're going to love this product. It helps you get to sleep. It helps you stay asleep. The taste is great. I really love the salted caramel. It's fantastic. So let me recommend it to you. If you've never had Beam, then you need to try it. It's made with natural ingredients. This isn't some kind of drug that you're going to get hooked on and then become dependent on to get to sleep. It's fantastic. It has reishi in it, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. And it's designed to help you fall asleep and stay asleep and wake up feeling amazing. And unlike other sleep aids, there's no next day grogginess, just really great, restful sleep. Beam's giving my listeners the ultimate Patriot discount right now of up to 40% off.
Nice.
Try their best-selling Dream Powder and get up to 40% for a limited time. Just go to shopbeam.com/Pat. Use the promo code PAT at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/Pat. Promo code PAT for up to 40% off.
Now, more Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, so we played the. Didn't we play some of LaMonica McIver the other day?
Okay, so
from CNN. This is a new version though, right?
So she was on CNN yesterday, I believe, is what this is from. After she was charged federally, and this clip has been making the rounds in the last 12 hours from everyone you can imagine on Twitter.
Fun.
So
okay,
I thought this is well, okay. I hate to burst everyone's bubble because I retweeted this as well, but and I'm the only one saying this. This is edited. It has to be because I watched the entire CNN video. Mm-hmm. I know what the hell's wrong with me, and I saw the question that's asked here. And so it's different, but this is still entertaining. But watch this.
All right.
Congresswoman, you are now facing a federal charge, though. Are you afraid of what's going to transpire now?
You fight on, you fight on, you fight on.
And you can see the cut.
You saw the cut, right?
Yeah.
When your
I didn't think this was real.
is doing you wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody and their brother seems to.
Oh, you fight
Is it real?
on.
No, that's not real.
No, because you
can't
can
be
see
real,
the
right? No, I mean,
you can see the jump cut.
Right, but I mean, it didn't happen later in the interview or anything.
I
mean,
watched
it's
the
not
whole
real.
thing.
She
and
never
didn't
sang,
see her
right?
sing at
Okay,
all.
okay, so it is. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
So
okay.
but look how well they matched that up.
Congresswoman, you
really
are now
good.
Did
facing
she
a federal
do this
charge,
at
though.
the
Are you
at the protest?
afraid of what's going to transpire now?
You fight
Right?
on.
Look at that.
You fight on. You fight on.
But this is a problem. It's a problem because it's being presented as if it were real, and it's not. And so that
so
it damages credibility.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And the ticker at the bottom stayed smooth, though.
Congresswoman,
No, it
you are now
didn't. Look
facing
at
a
it.
federal charge,
Look
though.
after she starts singing.
Are you afraid of what's going to transpire now?
You fight
Yeah, it did jump.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And look right now, see?
But still, it's pretty good.
I don't remember seeing that last night, though.
And look at it, it says, what, New Jerp? There.
And the one that is scrolling at the bottom is glitchy the entire time.
Right. I see that now, Chris. I'm saying I didn't see that last night.
Yeah, because it's glitching because of the there's two screens scrolling.
Okay.
But anyway,
so yeah, that's fascinating though. Now, sure, we caught the glitches in that. It still looked pretty good. It's a lot better than it was 3 years ago.
And eventually it's going to be perfect.
Right. Okay.
And there will be no glitching.
So now watch this. What you're about to see, everything in this as presented in the description of this, everything in this is AI that you're about to see from a car show. Everything.
Okay.
Welcome to a non-existent car show. Let's see some opinions.
I mean, man, the acceleration is crazy. You look far, step on the pedal, and you are there.
I feel safe with him in an SUV, and it seems to be like the right type of car for him.
I think the range is only going to get better. Sorry. We don't want to drive gas cars anymore.
Yeah, no more gas cars.
Yeah.
You can see I'm kind of a misfit here, but don't tell anyone. I've just bought an electric car.
I think it's really great for families and for little babies with all the safety features that these SUVs have.
But what you're really seeing is that technology is going to be very, very important in terms of how we go forward.
It was great to come to the conference because my husband loves cars.
I think I have to buy an EV now. I love my muscle cars, but
I try to stay as healthy as I can so I can make it to the next car show.
So
everything.
The
people,
everything
the background,
was created by AI.
Everything.
Not a single real person there. They didn't just change the words that were coming out of their mouths.
No, and it was the Google
wow.
AI, right? Yeah.
Which is that Chat GPT?
Oh, they have a new one now.
Oh.
It's a Gemini.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gemini.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez.
Okay.
I mean,
we're here.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't glitch.
Nothing.
Their hands seemed fine.
The only hand problem was when the dad was trying to feed the baby the bottle. You could see his
It was
hand.
very fake.
Very,
Yeah,
yes.
that was the only.
That was
I
the
saw
only
that too.
thing.
It's about 20 seconds in. That's before this guy.
And also Hell's
It's really great for families and for little babies with all the safety features that these SUVs have.
But what do you really?
Yeah, it was just kind of weird with his. Yeah.
And then the motorcycle guy.
Still, that's not that. That's
No, it is
not
not.
noticeable.
We are right there, man.
Wow.
And of course, words. Go back to the truck. The biker guy. Hell's Kitchen is misspelled.
Oh,
Hell's Angels. Sorry,
yeah.
is misspelled.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, I mean, it is so close.
But even AI is using the little mic, so they're
Oh
up
yeah.
to date.
It's got that down
It
too.
had that packed. Little Mike is done.
Little Mike.
That's awesome.
That is incredible.
It's terrifying.
It is.
I think
it is.
What within a year, all that misspelling stuff, the hand,
yes.
it's going to be
It'll
all taken
all be
care of.
fixed.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Wow. I mean, they do get facts wrong. What was I looking for? I don't know, yesterday while doing show prep, and I saw an AI article about it, and then and they had some facts wrong, and I went to other websites and it had the facts right. It was just this morning actually. I was was looking up the story behind Spoon Man by Soundgarden. They had that wrong. But just little teeny things that it gets wrong, and I don't know why it gets wrong. I guess because it's lazy, supposedly, and it doesn't really look for facts like it should.
It does eventually get lazier and lazier with it.
Yeah. So you'll have to find other ways to get the actual facts sometimes, but that's going to get fixed. I think.
And who's going to be the one to win the race to the facts?
Yeah.
Is what was so important about the Biden White House was trying to commandeer AI to the point where even Facebook was telling them, okay, this is getting a little scary the way they're trying to involve themselves with how we're developing our AI.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So.
And then all this happening while the final chapter of of Mission Impossible comes out.
Yes.
There's no more movies after this, right?
No,
this is for
it.
sure?
Yeah.
He said this is the last one.
Mission, yeah.
Number 8 is it.
Mission.
Yeah.
For mission, yes.
Too bad, because, I mean, but how long can he do it? Is he going to do it when he's 70?
Can he still jump?
Jeez. So, Mission Impossible for sure.
I think Tom will. I think Tom said he's going to continue till he's planning on 110.
110. He's in pretty good shape.
I know.
Probably make it. All right, but speaking of cars, real cars, Elon Musk talked about the future of self-driving cars as we're speaking about technology. Check this out.
Real possibility in the not too distant future. I mean, Texas is very different. I don't need to tell you than California when it comes to regulation. They don't really have much here in terms of dealing with autonomous, but it's a different story in California.
Yeah, but California's already approved. Waymo's been doing autonomous driving in California for a while.
Right. But do you need a separate approval, or is it somehow?
Right now, the approval process is very haphazard and sort of state by state and sometimes city by city.
We were talking to the Secretary of Transportation about that very fact a moment ago. Yeah.
Right. So it's going to be important to have a unified set of national regulations for self-driving cars. Otherwise, you're going to get into this weird situation where if you're driving from Maine to New York, you're going to go through 10 different sets of regulations. Cars are going to behave differently. It's not going to make any sense.
No.
So, one set of regulations that, just like there is for highway driving, that's what I think makes sense for the country as a whole. But my prediction is that probably by the end of next year, we'll have probably hundreds of thousands, if not
hundreds of thousands,
if not over 1 million Teslas doing self-driving in the U.S.
Yeah. Awesome. Wow. So, Chris, you were telling us about your self-driving situation where you had to have your hands on the wheel. But if you make a
$1,000 purchase, it'll update to the computer that he's talking about.
Yeah. Okay. And so, are you going to do that?
I will be doing that. Yes, I just need to make the $1,000. So
that's good. Well, do that fast so that Elon can buy a razor.
Oh, come on!
I'm sick of the facial hair out of the goofball.
It's been rough for him lately.
It has.
Guy's worth $8 zillion shave.
I wonder if he regrets the Doge thing, because everything that he found savings in and all of that dream team, the young guys behind the scenes going through all of the federal databases and stuff, none of that's codified.
Yeah, where are we at with
big,
that?
beautiful bill.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone. I mean, that was pointless. Mm-hmm. It was a waste of time. It just...
Well, you said it's gone. All right. I mean, that helped with the you said, Bonnie.
USAID, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's up in the air, too.
Yeah.
Actually. Even that.
So. That one might have been the judge on that one, right?
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
Jeez.
But Elon also talked this week about his future as it pertains to political spending. I mean, he spent, what do they say, $300 million?
Yeah, they say it in this clip.
All right.
I wondered whether you have decided yet how much you're going to spend on the upcoming midterms.
None of your business, for one thing.
Is it you spent a lot more money on the last U.S. election than you envisaged when you were speaking here 3 years ago? Are you going to continue to spend at that kind of level on future elections?
None of your business.
Say it. Say that. Say it.
I think in terms of political spending, I'm going to do a lot less in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that?
I don't blame you.
None of your business. Say it.
I think I've done enough.
I think I've done enough. Nice.
Is it because of blowback?
Well, if I see a reason to do political spending in the future, I will do it. I do not currently see a reason.
Ooh.
Okay. And what about political influence beyond the U.S.? How often do you speak to President Putin?
I don't speak to President Putin.
What? You've never spoken to President Putin?
I was on a video call with him once about 5 years ago.
Okay. That's the only.
Why would you think I speak to President Putin? You must. I get it.
Because
You
I've
believe
heard
the
you
legacy.
speak. Actually, I've heard you speak about it. For example, in your West Point speech, you said, "Oh, I challenged President Putin to was it an arm wrestle?" And I know the Wall Street Journal has reported your reported conversations.
Oh, yes.
If you're saying they haven't happened other than once, I'll take that as read.
Is there a worse publication on the face of the earth than the Wall Street Journal? I would use that to line up my cage for paratroopings.
Wow. Man. Yeah. And in answer to that question, is there a worse publication than the Wall Street Journal? The answer is yes. There's a lot of them. New York Times, Washington Post, Houston Chronicle, Salt Lake Tribune.
They're all there, though.
Yeah. But apparently he's got no love lost for the Wall Street Journal.
I challenged President Putin to an arm wrestling match. Oh, you must be best friends with him, huh? What the hell kind of question is this?
Weird.
Yeah, and it sounds like he is done with politics.
Oh, it sure does.
It sounds like he's
tired of having his brains beat in by the mainstream
and it
media.
cost him hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, and
let alone the money that he, donated to campaigns.
I'm curious.
just talking about the business.
Yeah.
I want to know how his relationship with the White House ended when his time there ended.
Oh, he was there yesterday, right?
And I was so glad of that.
Yeah.
Man, but boy, it's
got to be tough. That has to be hard.
Yeah, especially if they're not taking his cuts and making them permanent.
Went through all that
for nothing.
Are we surprised though that the Republican Party would do that to us?
No.
Has Trump forgotten about it? We're moved on to the big beautiful bill. Are we not doing that anymore?
That's what I'm worried about. But little flicker of hope in that he was in
what they're going to do is we're going to set up a new office at Fort Knox when we see the gold. And
what happened to that? By the way,
we're going to see.
When's that visit happening?
See it there.
Okay.
You guys, you know what? You ask too many questions.
Maybe it's buried on the desk underneath the Epstein file. We're going to get to it as soon as we get to the Epstein file.
Yeah. All right. This Memorial Day weekend, there's a great story that opens about grit, redemption, and just good old-fashioned family values on the big screen, and you don't want to miss it. It's called The Last Rodeo. It's from Angel Studios. They, of course, are the team behind King of Kings, Homestead, Sound of Freedom. It's The Last Rodeo. It's the action-packed story of a retired rodeo legend who comes back for one last ride, risking it all to save his grandson. He's the oldest rider to ever enter the arena. So the movie is about healing broken bonds, facing the past, and proving that real courage means fighting for the people you love. It's really raw. It's heartfelt. Chris cried like a 2-year-old girl.
Yes, I did. Yes.
And I think you might too. I started to tear up a bit at the end. I will say that.
And I'm going to go see it again. So
it's really good. It's good. You're going to love it. Theaters are selling out pretty fast. So get your tickets right now. Just go to angel.com/unleashed and get your seats ready for The Last Rodeo. It's in theaters tomorrow. And I think actually in some markets, like, I don't know, Dallas, Texas, it actually starts tonight. So I really encourage you to go see The Last Rodeo. Get your tickets by going to angel.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed. Sarcasm with 0 calories. Returns next.
So it looks like the FDA is about to change the way the COVID vaccine is administered. They're not going to recommend it for people under 65 now. Right. Just high-risk people and people over 65 are going to be recommended. You can still do it if you want. I don't know why you would want, but you can if you want to. But at a Senate hearing yesterday about the safety of the shot, Dr. Peter McCullough detailed his experience as a cardiologist. And it went a little something.
Like this.
Now, the topic today is myocarditis or heart damage from the COVID-19 vaccines. I'm a cardiologist. I know the topic well. I've examined thousands of patients with this problem. Thousands. Before the pandemic, I had 2 patients ever with this problem.
Wow.
There's 1,065 papers in the peer-reviewed literature on COVID vaccine myocarditis. So let me summarize them for you.
Screen on that, Mike.
The first one that came on my radar screen that was alarming came from Washington University in St. Louis, August 18th of 2021. The first author is Verma and colleagues, New England Journal of Medicine. 42-year-old man comes into Washington University Hospital with vaccine myocarditis. The infection is ruled out. It's the vaccine. He's in the hospital. This is one of our best hospitals in the United States. He dies 3 days after taking Moderna. They can't save him in the hospital.
Say, Dr. McCullough, move the microphone just a little bit away from you.
Then one was reported from Korea by Choi and colleagues.
Thank you.
This is now a younger man. Just a few days after Pfizer, he comes in the hospital. He dies within 8 hours of being in the hospital. I can tell you, I'm a cardiologist. That doesn't even happen with heart attacks. He dies within 8 hours. I examined all of the slides and the images that the Koreans had showed us. It looked like somebody took a blowtorch to that heart. It was so completely fried with inflammation. His heart was destroyed. These cases, which were widely known at the time, should have gotten everyone's attention. Everyone should have been laser focused on this. We should never have someone die after taking a vaccine that's directly caused to the vaccine. Then Gill and colleagues, Connecticut, published in Archives of Pathology, 2 boys, aged 16 and 17, who die a few days after taking Pfizer. These are teenagers. They're found dead at home by their parents. They're absolutely horrified.
Yeah.
They request an autopsy. They call in University of Michigan and University of Minnesota to look over what are they finding at autopsy. Conclusion, it's Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine myocarditis. Unequivocal. These are autopsy-confirmed cases. So for all the mothers in the room, how would they feel if they found their children dead after taking a COVID-19 vaccine? This is in the peer-reviewed literature. This is not misinformation. Everyone should be paying attention to this. This is not conjecture. This is in the peer-reviewed literature. So we started to ask ourselves, what is going on?
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to ask yourself what is going on. You're not supposed to.
Yeah, and yesterday it was revealed that the Biden administration knew about safety issues with the COVID vaccine. In February of 2021, hid this information from the public for months.
Of course they did.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, months. They hid it the entire time.
No, that's, yeah.
I mean, the whole time. I'll bet you if you asked today, they still wouldn't admit to anything.
Correct.
No, it's safe and effective. What do you mean?
Correct.
What do you mean? Saved lives. Safe and effective.
Of course, there may have been some outliers.
Yeah, right. One or two people.
That's what they were able to say months later. Okay, in some cases,
Wow.
It just
really unbelievable.
So terrible.
All right. We're going to talk about some healthy things with Hilary Kennedy, who is going to join us next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, we're going to talk to Hilary about some interesting health tips in just a second. But first, speaking of health, we got this little clash from RFK Jr. and Senator Patty Murray yesterday. I think they're secretly in love. I think you're going to feel some of that.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. Watch this.
Submitted his budget on May. You know what? You made an accusation of me, and I'm going to answer it.
Okay, I appreciate
on May
that.
28th, he submitted his budget. So our budget. We're a new administration.
Okay, you can.
And I also want to point
I
out.
have just 2 minutes left. I asked you a specific.
I want to point out something, Senator. You presided here, I think, for 32 years. You presided over the destruction of the health of the American people.
Well,
our people are now the sickest people in the world.
Seriously,
because you have
Mr.
not done your
Secretary,
job.
Seriously.
It's great.
That is an
what have you done about it? What have you done about the epidemic of chronic disease?
Mr. Secretary,
what have you done about the epidemic of chronic disease?
Seriously, Madam
Secretary,
Chairman.
I would ask you to hold back and let the senator ask the questions.
Mr. Secretary, I'm asking you a question.
I don't care.
That's great.
You can feel the tension.
It's great. Oh, a little bit.
Yeah,
Every
you can
time
feel the tension.
they're in the same room.
Yeah.
And it's romantic. It's a romantic tension.
See, now
that's
that
going
I
on
wasn't
there.
picking up.
Really? You didn't get that?
No.
That's weird.
You have no idea about love, my friend.
So, Hillary, I've been hearing some fantastic things about some health tips that you have, like the What is the blue thing that you don't want to get on yourself? Because
methylene blue.
Methylene blue.
Don't get it on anything. Not on your hands, not on your kitchen counter, not on your sink.
Because it turns it blue.
It will turn it blue.
And there's no getting it out.
So then
That's
you're like a Smurf.
Smurf, yeah.
Forever.
So it's so funny because I talked about this on Overtime. What was this, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago? So I've only been taking it for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Now you can fly?
I was shocked at woo. I was shocked at how many of your listeners and viewers take it too. I was really surprised by it. I had just heard about it from my sister. So she.
And what is it supposed to do?
Well, it like oxidates your blood, so you're supposed to have a lot more energy, mental clarity, focus. It's supposed to help with Alzheimer's, dementia. There's a bunch of different things.
Gives
but
you
also
energy,
it's supposed to be very anti-aging.
Wow. Right?
Yes. So it was
What's
originally.
a bottle like that, Ron?
I think this was
$50
maybe. Maybe I paid $20. It wasn't super expensive.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad.
But
So
it was
have you
developed
noticed
as like an actual dye in the 1800s, and they used it to dye blue jeans. So this is not an all-natural product. It is. It was like the first synthetic drug ever used in the medical community.
Yeah, because the guy making blue jeans lived to be
So
about
it is
110.
like a salt-derived compound, so it's not completely all natural.
Salt-derived.
Yeah. So
salt adjacent.
yes.
Okay.
But yeah, so my sister had a late stage cancer. She treated it holistically. So she goes to this really great natural.
And she's won the battle.
Yes,
right?
she's cancer free.
Awesome.
It's been amazing.
Really cool.
And so my sister has not taken this yet, but her naturopathic doctor was telling her about it. And a lot of cancer patients have used it to help as part of their protocol, not by itself, but in conjunction with other things to reduce inflammation. I have constant chronic inflammation. And so I was like, well, I'm going to try it.
Okay.
And
Why
I
are you looking
did
at me when you
notice,
say that?
You've been inflamed since.
But yeah, I tried it and I did notice energy almost immediately.
So the reason we thought to have you on is we had a caller earlier this week. Remember, I forgot what he called about, but one of the things he mentioned was
he had prostate cancer.
Because we're talking about Biden's health,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And one of the things he mentioned taking that
Was the blue
helped
stuff.
him to get over it was
yeah, and there were some other things.
He took the
ivermectin
and the
bendazole.
Yeah, bendazole.
Yeah.
Which is what Scott Adams said didn't work for him. So I mean, obviously everyone's
he tried
different, but he said he tried it. Yeah.
Well, and I think something that's interesting, my sister does these like extracts tests, and they can test to see what sorts of supplements or things that your cancer will respond to, like your unique cancer. So that's really neat. Now, granted, you're paying for all of that out of pocket because insurance doesn't cover any of that, of course.
They don't want
but
you
there
healthy.
are alternative things you can do to kind of figure out how to treat your cancer, whatever it is that you have holistically, which is cool. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not advising anybody else try this. I'm just trying it myself. I've read both the positive and the negative about it.
What's the negative?
So I mean,
Blue stains all over the house.
Well, if you think about it, okay, so if it's staining everything, what is it doing to my insides? If it won't come off, like if I can't wipe it off a marble countertop, what's it doing to my brain? And
you're fine. Your body handles
But that's
it.
how they discovered that it does affect your brain, because they gave it to mice, and when the mice died, their brains were like stained blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no!
But we don't know that affects. We don't. First of all, it's mice. Get over it. Second, we don't know what happens to how it affects the brain.
Right.
It just turns it a color. So
it gave me a lot better sleep. I've had really vivid dreams, so I guess I'm sleeping a lot more soundly and like sleeping harder at night. And I've had a lot more energy. So I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
But people did report having
are you using it in
bad
conjunction
headaches.
with other medication?
Well, mainly like probiotics and things like that. But I'm not. But they do say, and I didn't know this because I don't drink alcohol, so I didn't know. But when we talked about it on Overtime, we found out later from viewers that you shouldn't mix this in alcohol. And if you're taking an SSRI, that like anything, antidepressives, things like that, you shouldn't mix this with that either. I do a super low dose of this. I do like 4 drops in water a day, or I'll put it in like my
Can you taste
my
it?
matcha. Yes.
Oh, really?
So when I got this bottle, it said put 20 drops in water.
Wow.
And so
that's the company
I
saying
did the
they'll
20
buy more.
drops. I took a sip and I thought I was going to pass out. It tastes horrible. Imagine
boy.
like drinking liquid aspirin. That's what it tastes like.
Oh.
So if you just if you microdose with like a couple of drops of water, you can't taste it. Would anyone like to try?
Who isn't a fan of microdosing?
Yeah. I know, you can tell all your friends you're taking meth. Methylene blue.
Yeah, I mean, this is William White territory right here.
Oh, wow. It's definitely blue when it hits the water.
Yeah.
So that much you don't taste
You can see it here.
when you do the
That's
4
like a
drops?
science experiment right there.
You can taste it a little bit. That's why I like to mix
But
it
you
with
mix
the vitamin C.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it kind of helps
you
take the
stir it up.
taste. But yeah, you stir it up and you drink it. And so anyway, and they recommend that you don't take it every single day either. That you maybe drink do 4 drops a day, 3 days on, 4 days off, things like that, so that your body doesn't get used to it. And if you do it at the high doses, there's some diminishing returns. So people that take it too much, it can make you really sick, and it can build up in the body. So anyway, I wouldn't recommend.
Papa Smurf.
That's awesome. So you're passing that out?
Yeah. Would you like to try?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you have a water bottle? Something I can put some drops in?
Just looking at it in the water, I'm not sure I would take
Scary?
that. It looks a little, I don't know.
Well, I brought my little
iffy.
my cheat sheet in case it reduces the sign of Alzheimer's. So if
Okay.
you take 4 to 16 milligrams a day, it says
Pat.
you notice small cognitive benefits, and then clear cognitive benefits if you take it over 50 weeks. So it acts as an antidepressant.
Okay.
It slows skin aging. It protects against UV, prevents premature aging.
Now, can they make all these claims? Is this can't be peer reviewed and
Well, people have been using
documented.
it again since the 1800s. Here's where a lot of naysayers are against it,
Yeah.
because the FDA and the WHO recognize it as a vital medicine. So a lot of people say, well, if they think it's good, then I don't want
The
anything.
FDA recognizes it as a vital
Because
medicine.
they use it to treat malaria and cyanide poisoning.
Yeah, and so the last thing that they recommended highly for treating parasites and other bad things, ivermectin, they then realized they couldn't make money off of it.
Right.
And then, so
Same with this. Well,
Yeah,
and the reason this has
interesting.
been in the news so much lately, have you seen the video? RFK Jr. is on a plane.
Yes, he does
and
it. Yes, he does it, yeah.
So he got Joe Rogan into it, and because
Yeah.
I was watching a clip last night of Joe Rogan talking about it. So, and a lot of
we have that.
well-respected. Yeah, I've got a clip. If
you want us to play
yeah,
it?
If we have time for it,
yeah,
sure.
let's play that clip.
Okay.
It's a shorter one, Joe. The second version you should have gotten.
This was like 3 years ago. I'd retired from the military and then started having these seizures. So then I found a neurologist. The drug that they gave me, the number one side effect was seizures from this pharmaceutical company. So I kind of looked around and I found this guy's a functional medicine guy, and he got me on methylene blue to start off. And I know Mel Gibson was on here talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that instantly stopped everything. And some other stuff.
So it was a fabric dye, right?
Yeah, in 1890.
How weird.
And
who the drank it first? Who's that guy? Make blue jeans out of that? Huh. Yeah, wonder what it tastes like.
Yeah.
What if I drink it every day if it affects my health?
It tastes like chewing an aspirin.
I'd take it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hillary
I take it every day as well. And
RFK Jr. told me about it.
Yeah, man, it's fantastic. And so this guy's injecting, in 1890, injects these rats with it and then does an autopsy on these things. And their brain, the brainstem, every single nerve is blue.
This guy's just repeating
So
you.
he discovered this
What are you
methylene
doing?
blue has an affinity for neuronal tissue. So he says, well, it's sucking into neurons. What's it doing? So we could talk about if you want to, but
sure,
how it's working and working in the body.
Okay, so I just wanted you guys to see that it's not just Hilary Kennedy making this
Right.
stuff up.
Right.
That was an actual doctor.
Huh.
But yeah, it's interesting. So, I mean, for people that maybe have tried everything, and I think it's, from what I've read, it's supposed to be like antibacterial, antifungal, anti-parasitic. So if you're having a bunch of gut issues and things like that, it's supposed to help with that too.
Huh.
Let's see your teeth.
trying.
Okay, I'm just checking.
So, yeah, doesn't turn blue, obviously.
Yeah.
So are we sharing or?
Yeah, you need you want to drink out of my cup?
I don't care.
That's getting weird. Do you have a bottle of water?
Make him drink out of the bottle straight.
That's when she draws the line.
Just straight out of the bottle.
drink
No,
out of the
you will
cup.
pass out from the taste. The taste is horrible. It is horrible.
So I should waste a whole bottle of water?
Okay, I'm going to try not to spill this one. There you go.
Yummy.
Oh, this should be fun.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
All right.
it up.
Shake it up. And Well, it does go blue right away.
A little bit goes a long way.
Sure
No
does.
doubt.
Looks like a
Four drops turned it completely blue.
Well, if you have a pair of blue jeans that need refreshing, I mean, you've got
There you
it's
go.
multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Jeffy says.
What do you think?
I'm happier already.
Are you?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel the brain fog leave?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I can feel the inflammation just going away.
Well, let's see you go for a jog.
It's supposed to take about 15, 20 minutes before you know. And I
this
gave
is just right now.
I gave you a pretty low dose.
What, 3 or 4?
I gave you about 3 pretty hefty drops there.
Now, the other thing I've been hearing about is some kind of weird thing that you do with garlic on your feet.
This show
or your kids' feet.
hammers away at me about this every time.
What is that?
If your kids are, well, not even if your kids,
I
if
am not
you're
doing
getting
this. I'll
sick,
guarantee you that. That
like
is not
cold,
happening.
flu, whatever, you cut up fresh cloves of garlic and you put them in your socks and you sleep with it on your feet at night. You're gonna smell bad.
If you thought the methylene blue sounded interesting,
come on.
Okay, I want people that
What
do
could
this.
that possibly do?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you!
You cut up cloves of garlic and put them in your socks.
Yes.
At night.
Yes.
And sleep.
And wear them. Yeah, you put them on.
And
you don't
sleep.
just put them in
Right,
socks.
Sleep with the cloves on your feet.
And what does that do?
It helps kill the virus in your body.
Really?
The soles of your feet.
All right.
You
How
have
dare you
people
laugh
that
at
have
this.
backed me up on this. Some of your viewers have backed me up on
And-
this, that it does work.
Onions, too?
You can cut an onion in half, sleep with it near your head. And it
Sleep
helps
with it near your head.
Yes.
And then
You
what
can do it
happens?
on your feet too, but I don't do the onions on the feet. I cut it
Oh.
up and I sleep with it on my nightstand.
that's
near my head.
ridiculous.
Yeah, doing it on your onions on your feet.
Put it in my
That's
pillowcase.
Stupid is that?
Of course, you just do the
That's
garlic
fine.
on your feet. You wouldn't do an onion.
I got a question.
What's your question?
I usually
I hate
do
to
broccoli under my
You do?
arms.
I hate
under
to,
my
I hate
armpits.
to ask.
I had a witch tell me to bury a potato in my yard once.
You thought that was crazy. So I've got a question. The onion.
Yes.
Have you slept with the onion next to your head?
Yes.
You have.
Okay, hold on. Follow-up question, sir. Jeff, great guy.
My husband, yeah.
Love Jeff.
Uh-huh.
Do you?
What's he said about this?
I mean, he thinks I'm nuts, I think. He doesn't
Yeah.
like the smell.
Does he? Yeah, right, that's what I'm saying. Does he say like, "Hey, can you maybe not do the onion thing tonight, dear?"
Yeah, he did get real sick of it during cold and flu season.
How many times? How many times have you done the onion thing next to your head?
It's not like every night,
maybe
right?
like 4 or 5 times. I've done the garlic a lot more.
And
But I will say, pro tip,
okay.
don't blend the garlic up in your blender to make a liquid to just like rub on your feet,
Right.
because you will never get the garlic taste and smell out of your blender. Learn that the hard way. So just chop up the cloves and put them in your
Right.
Thank you for the tip.
It
'cause I
works.
was going to do it.
Google
what
it.
if
It
it's
works.
okay, but it will only work with a regular onion, like is a purple onion or a Texas sweet or a Vidalia. That's not going to do it. It's
No,
got to
as
be a
long as
regular.
it's like a good. I would go
good yellow
organic
onion?
if you can.
Good yellow. Good, just a yellow
Yeah,
onion.
just get an onion. Yeah, have it sleep by your head. It's
Okay.
good. Hey,
All right.
our grandmas use this stuff and it worked.
Of course they do.
I will guarantee
Of course
that
they
my
do.
grandmother did not, but go ahead.
No, they ate
She was burying a
food. They
potato in the
didn't
earth.
sleep with it.
No, they did.
They
These
did.
Are all
They
natural.
did. My
They
bad,
did
Keith,
do
yeah.
this,
My bad.
Keith.
What's the matter with you?
I mean,
Of course they
I
did.
know that I do not have a grandparent. Maybe great grandparents, but I do not have grandparents that put garlic in socks and slept with them on their feet. That did not happen.
I got something better for you than garlic on your feet.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people cut up Kexi cookies and stick them in their ears at night.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like,
I mean, I can
you
see
might want to
sleeping
put that in
next
your
to one.
mouth. You might really seriously put it in your mouth. It'll be a lot better, and you're going to enjoy it more. So don't cut these up and put them in your ears. You can cut them up and use them at parties and feed a lot of people with them because they're huge cookies. But Father's Day is upon us. I mean, it's coming up in just a couple of weeks, and this Father's Day box is really cool, very nice. As you can see, makes a perfect gift for
I got one for my dad.
For your dad, you got one for your dad. All right. It's selling fast. We've already sold many of those that we have in stock, but you can still get it if you hurry. We expect to sell out before, of course, June 7th, which is the last day to order. but we have the exclusive s'mores cookie cup in this particular box, and you don't want to miss out on this. 2 cookies baked together with a creamy layer of marshmallow fluff in the center. Thanks, Hilary. Really good safety tips. Really good health tips. Oh, man. But a creamy layer of the marshmallow fluff in the center of these, absolutely delicious. Shanna said, as soon as I took my first bite, I said, wow. Pretty profound, right?
Thank you.
Pretty profound.
I mean, I feel like that should be quoting Jeffy.
Then I thought, I'm in trouble. And curse you, Kexi cookies. These are such delicious cookies. The box was so heavy because the cookies are so huge. You can really tell that fresh ingredients are used. Yes.
Yeah.
The crumble cookies can't even compare. Thank you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thank you.
Duh.
That is very true. Seriously, though, the cookies are so delicious and I love them. Yummy. From Oklahoma. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Shanna. So try them for yourself. You don't have to take my word or Shanna's. Try it for yourself. Go to Kexi.com, K-E-K-S-I, Kexi.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
But again, if you cut them up and stick them up your nostrils, a lot of people say it helps with headaches.
Any particular one, or just it doesn't matter?
You can try the s'mores one.
Okay.
Yeah, try the s'mores. 'Cause the marshmallow fluff gets in there. And
I think that's what helped. Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to go to the emergency room and be like, hey,
no,
I got something up there. You don't want to tell them. And then when they find out, they go, why is there a piece of marshmallow? You know what? Never mind. We'll take care of it, sir.
That is some interesting stuff. She is an interesting cat, isn't she?
So garlic on the feet, to recap.
Garlic on the feet.
Onion by the head.
Right. The blue dye.
Right.
In your mouth.
Right.
Not bad.
And if you put roast beef on your chest and carrots on your back, you got yourself a meal.
You got a stew.
There's
you
no
got a
doubt
delicious.
about that.
Wake up in the morning, you're ready to eat.
There's no doubt about that. That's a good point.
Can you imagine smelling that every day, though?
I can.
Jeff's a saint. Honestly, like what?
Seriously,
what is happening?
There's no way he sleeps in the same room when that
Not a
onion
chance.
comes out.
Oh my gosh!
When that onion comes out, he's down
if
the
you're
hall.
if you're gonna do the garlic thing or the onion thing,
I'm down the hall.
You're in the guest room tonight, okay? Because
I first of all, maybe that's the correct way to do it is make her go in the guest room.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah.
Oh,
You're the one doing the garlic and the onions.
How often are you changing sheets and stuff? Oh my word!
But it's interesting. It's interesting.
That's the word.
So, yeah, fascinating. I don't know. All right. So Pete Hegseth has ordered an investigation of the catastrophic Afghanistan withdrawal.
Good.
It's about time. I mean, this is, 3 years
Yeah, I mean,
late?
at this point, what difference does it make?
Well, I'm sure that somebody's got to be held accountable for something.
Let's hope so.
Right?
Let's hope so.
For something. Critics have accused President Joe Biden of mishandling the withdrawal. No kidding. No. So egregiously that it allowed the suicide bomber to take more than 13 U.S. lives. And something that's often forgotten, 170 Afghans. 183 people were killed in that bombing. I mean, I think that often goes unmentioned.
It does.
When
It
we
most
talk
definitely
about that
does.
event, when we senselessly lost the 13 troops. But 170 Afghans? That's outrageous. And nobody's ever been held accountable for it. And if you remember correctly, Biden said it went the best that any withdrawal has ever gone. It was as good as you could possibly get.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that administration has so many scandals, so many nightmares associated with it. It's really hard to know where to begin, even.
And will anyone ever be truly held accountable for all of these catastrophic, life-costing, I don't even call them errors. I mean, just incompetence on so many levels.
I seriously doubt it. But at least they're investigating it, and maybe there's some hope that somebody will someday
we
be
know
held
that
accountable.
Joe Biden's administration and Joe Biden in particular was the worst ever. Right?
Yes.
I mean, we pretty much. I don't think anyone can beat him now. as of right now.
I mean, I
Right?
agree, but
Yeah.
let's not put that out there because
Somebody will try
We've
eventually.
shocked ourselves before as a society.
Oh yeah. Well,
on how
I'm just
low-
talking about in the past. You know, in the past, he's the front. He's the front runner now.
Yeah. I don't think there's any argument there.
So, also, there's this. We were talking about Elon Musk a little bit earlier. He's responded to Bill Gates because Bill Gates was bashing him the other day, and I think part of the thing is a little bit of jealousy. Bill hates the fact that he's not the richest man in the world anymore.
Oh, no question.
First, he was replaced by Bezos, and then they were both replaced by Elon.
Well,
And
he can blame himself. He's the one that the divorce hurt him hard.
It did, yeah. Yeah,
It took a
because
lot
he
of
had to
money
give
away
her
from
what? Was it 35, 40 billion something? It was a lot.
I feel like it was more than that, but at least
It was a lot. But Musk responded by saying, I wouldn't trust that guy to babysit my kids. I can tell you that. Not to mention, Bill Gates, who said that Elon is killing children because of his supposed cuts to USAID.
Shut up.
But Bill Gates, we all know he's so concerned about children,
Yes.
right? That he insists on the right to kill them in the womb.
Yes.
That's how concerned
And
he
that's
is.
a family tradition.
Yes, it is. Since his dad was the head of Planned Parenthood
Yes.
for years. But he's also so concerned with women that he's fighting to force them to compete against men and having men in their bathrooms and locker rooms.
Incredible.
He's so concerned about fairness that he thought it was fair to steal technology from IBM and Xerox to create his immense wealth.
It worked.
Yeah, Bill, maybe you might sit this one out. Maybe sit this argument with Elon. Just sit that one out and work on your foundation or whatever you're doing. All right. We've got overtime coming up in a while, and we will see you back here tomorrow morning.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.